Pop chat out. Move this out. Okay, that is done. Guess that's it. Okay. Let me take a look at my book. Okay, what are the things that I can do? Well, okay, let me check once again. Podman, run, ITRM, flow. Okay, Podman is working fine as it is supposed to. Okay, sway, message D, get, tree. What is the size of chat? Twitch, foreign top level, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's the one. Select, what is this? Okay, I'm gonna do JQ first. Batch L JSON ID. Okay, so I'm gonna do JQ. Select ID is equal to what is the ID of chat 11? Does this work? Does not. Hold on. That should have worked. Why didn't it work? That's weird. Oh wait, this is an array, isn't it? No, it's not. What? Hold on. Ah, but it is an array. It's not even an array. It's just a bunch of. What? How? Yeah, I think this is just a bunch of objects, one after the other, which does not really make sense. How did they just give you a bunch of objects? Oh, okay. Okay, because it's a tree. So ID 1 is root. Which means I should probably do recurse. I don't even know if that's the right format. Oh, it is. Oh, it isn't. Okay, do I do recurse ID is equal to 11 or null? I think that worked. Not sure. No, I don't think that worked. Let me check. Did not work. Okay. Man, JQ. Okay, I don't need to do that. So let's say I get rid of this. No. Man, JQ. Hello. Recurse. Recurse F allows you to search through a recursive structure and extract interesting data from all levels. Suppose your input represents it, blah, blah, blah. Hmm. Okay. That's not really. Oh, wait. Do conditions? Tuck, 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 tuck. What are the other formats? Okay, there's recurse, F, and condition. Okay, so I can do recurse, something like this. Compile error. So I do ID, still a compile error. I don't get it. How do I use recurse? Allows you to search through a recursive structure and extract interesting data from all levels. Suppose your input represents a file system, name, children, 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 children. You want to extract all of the file names present. You want to retrieve dot name dot children dot name. Okay, you can do this with recurse dot children. Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. Still okay. So I still need to do ID and ID is equal to 11. This I don't need. Think that yeah, I need to do a dot. Nope. Uh, hmm. Okay, what if there is no? Does it work without a? Can I just do a condition by itself? No. Okay, recurse f is identical to recurse f true and can be used without f is field. Recursive calls and recurse will not consume additional memory whenever f produces at most a single output for each input. Should I do walk instead? Oh no, that's only when an array is encountered. When an object is encountered to all the values and then to the object. No. Okay, so here's the thing. If I did sway message recurse with just ID, huh? Not index number with string ID. What does that mean? All right. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. I have no idea what he's saying. You mean he might not go yet? He's just stating. Gotcha. I think chat is working a bit faster now. I think I'm getting your message a lot quicker on screen. Am I? 5 seconds. Okay. I guess that's better than nothing. 4 seconds quicker. Yes. First, you want to extract all the file names you need to retrieve dot name. Ah, okay. So it's recursing through children, but I don't want through children. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's not recurse, it's walk that I need to every component of the input entity when an array is encountered. It's first applied to its elements and then to the array when an object is encountered. F is first applied to all the values and then to the object. Hold on. I think I get it. I am looking at the wrong part of it. Let's see. So I do JQ. There's children somewhere here. Nodes? Yeah, it's nodes. Okay. And then there's nodes with ID. I'm actually not sure what I'm doing tonight. Right now, what I'm trying to do is trying to resize this window. So this small chat window that I have, already set it up. Let me show you. It's about config sway. Yep. Config.d dot twitch chat. So this is the configuration. So basically, every time there's a window that comes up with the title Kevin L. Samuel Chat Twitch, it does a bunch of stuff. This is my Twitch chat. This is my Twitch chat, and I've set it to a particular size. But so the thing is, I set the size for my old monitor, which was fine. But now, because I'm not using my old monitor, this is too big. This I've resized manually. So normally this is going to be like what? You know what? Let me close chat and show you again. So the way it works is every time I open chat, it comes to this big of a window. This big of a window was fine with my old monitor, but right now it's taking up too much space. So I want to resize it. I had it set to 700 pixels height. I'm trying to reduce it. I could probably just do it one by one, but instead what I'm doing is I'm resizing it manually so that it's at like a size that I like, and then I'm trying to find that size. How I isolated what? This is like all this is pretty simple and straightforward in the display that I'm using, display software that I'm using. My leg fell asleep. So I'm using something called Sway, which basically decides where each window goes. So every time I open a new window, it goes like this. I can also tile stuff. I can change the way it's arranged. So I could do something like this. And then, I don't know, add another one. I'll do it here. I'm going to close some of these. This is called Tiling Window Manager. It basically manages your windows and puts them in tiles. And everything is easily configurable the with just the config file. You can control pretty much every aspect of this. So the gap between these windows, etc., etc., etc. No, but this is not the typical Linux experience. Actually, Mac does have a tiling window manager. I don't know what it's called. I came across it pretty recently. Somebody's uses. I forgot where I saw this. I think it might be aerospace. I'm not entirely sure. Or it's this thing. I actually have no idea. You know what? I could probably check because I sent part of it to someone recently. Not here. Da. I don't remember where I saw this. Mhm. Okay, I can't find it. Whoops. Yeah, can't find it. Sorry. Yeah, but basically it's one of those things. You just look for tiling window manager for macOS. And then you pick one that you like. I think this is probably the newest one. So yeah, I basically every time there's the Twitch chat window coming up, I tell it to do a bunch of stuff, including resize it. But I don't like the size that it's doing right now, so I'm trying to find another size. Interesting. Why is this oh, it was node. Is it not? Oh, it's nodes plural. Okay. Gotcha. Then I do nodes and then I do ID is equal to 11. Does that work? Is it a comma? Oh, it wasn't a comma. What are you talking about? Man, JQ recurse. Yeah, I think it's a space. No? Interesting. I don't know what's happening. Unexpected semicolon. Oh, I didn't do the okay. Didn't call the function at all. Gotcha. So recurse didn't work at all. Not index array with string ID. Doesn't work. You know what? It's fine. I shall just look at this normally. So much for trying to use JQ. So ID 11. That's weird. Oh, the ID is probably changed now because I closed the window and reopened it. Oh, where are you? 20. Nope. Okay, there it is. So now I look at the height is 540. I like that height. But I'm also changing the position a little bit. I'm not sure where that is. Hold on. There's a different width here. There's a different width here. I have no idea what the difference is. But but what I want is the y-axis, and that is 195, I think. Let's see. Config sway config.d float it float with chat. We're gonna do 540. Oh, these are percentage points. 85 percentage points and 10 percentage points. So let's just do 80. Maybe I should be able to see even more. So now I reload my config. Then I can close this and reopen. I need to bring it down a little more. Okay. Uh, Interesting. Hmm. So maybe if I did 20. Yeah, I think that's cool, right? Okay, it's a little too low for me. I'm gonna do 15. I'll take it. Good enough. So now I have chat visible and not taking up too much space. Okay, maybe a little too much space. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I can change those things and make it come up like this. Cool. Get that. And Podman run IT RM. Hello. Podman is working. That's cool. There's a few things I could do. I don't know what I want to do. I'm thinking I shall study for a bit. That's one option. Alarm, Pomoto Go, stream tools, stream backup NAS, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna study. There was one more thing. Getting started with. So this is something I've been thinking about. I think it was. I don't remember whose guide I was looking at. No, there's another one. Um, I forgot where I saw it. I think I probably browsed it on my other account, so it's not here. How do I find it? Bookmarks, reading list. Oh, I think it was Rabex. Oh, the geekstuff.com. That's the one I wanted. The geekstuff.com. How to install Linux KVM. Yep. That is what I wanted. So I was thinking of getting some virtual machines up. I could do containers, but containers are easy. So I wanted to do something a little new, which is why I'm going to use that. I don't think I have the tools installed. Okay, so I have a few resources. A couple of weeks ago, an update on my task set up the mini blah blah blah. Meh, this is quite new. I shall look at that later. Getting started with libvirt. That looks pretty interesting too. How to get started with, okay, this I think would come second. What is this one? Okay, probably towards the end. Okay, so this is something that I've already looked at, so I feel a bit more confident reading through this one. Okay, KVM suggests for kernel-based virtual machine. This is a technology. This is a kernel-based virtualization technology for Linux OS on hardware that supports virtualization. Guest operating system can be fully virtualized or para-virtualized. Para-virtualization, blah, blah, blah. I don't want para-virtualization because I'm going to be using a completely different architecture. So that is fine. Let's skip through that. First article on an ongoing series of articles on KVM. The package Chemo KVM, a hypervisor tool to manage virtual machines. KVM package provides Chemo KVM. I was thinking of KVM switches. I forgot what KVM switches stands for. But no, that's not what I'm doing. What is a KVM switch full form? KVM switch. Keyboard video mouse. No, not that one. Kernel virtual machine. Hmm. That's a lot of things. Kemu KVM. Do I have the command? Yes, I do. Cool. A hypervisor specific tool to manage virtual machines. Instead of this tool, you can use the software package known as libvirt, which is a more convenient and recommended way to manage virtual machines. The software includes an API library, a daemon, and a command line utility. Blah, 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 blah. Full list. You can use libvirt to manage any existing virtual machines running on KVM, Zen, VMware, etc. Okay, few tools: Virt Manager, VM install, and Virt Viewer. First, check whether your CPU supports hardware virtualization. grep VMX SVM on processor CPU info. Grep SVM on proc CPU info. I guess it does support it then. I don't think VMX is the AMD standard. Yeah, it's not. SVM is what AMD calls virtualization capabilities. I knew that somehow. So yeah, I guess it's there. Cool. Yum install KVM. I guess I kind of did that. Not directly. What else did I need? I don't want. Okay, I have libvirt. This I am not sure about. Let's see. I did not have that. I guess this one was important. It's called something else altogether. Virt win rel. Okay. You have a bunch of tools. I don't think I need all of them, but fine. You can install the guest OS using Virtual Machine Manager, which VM install and virt install. Do I have virt installed? I do not have virt installed. Ah, cool. I think that's all the packages I need. It's recommended to reboot your system to blah 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 blah. Even though you can reload it using mod probe command. I'm pretty sure I have KVM running. I don't see the need to do this. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Mod probe KVM. Oh, I don't have KVM running. No, wait, it's ls mod. Ls mod grep KVM. Yeah, I have KVM running. Good enough. When you display set blah blah blah. Network prerequisite to create guest VM. Too complicated. I don't know how to do this. And I don't use this. I use network manager. I have config bridge 0 and add the entries as shown below. You can use static or DHCP. I use static in this case. Device bridge 0, boot prototype, boot protocol is static, IP address, net mask, on boot, type is bridge, NM controlled is no. Sorry? Oh, bro device. Yeah. Oh, this is too complicated. You're telling me to reboot it a bunch of times, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. To create a VM as command line parameters to the virt install command. Virt install name, description, OS type, OS variant, RAM, CPUs, disk path, bus, virtio, size 10, graphics none, CD-ROM, and a network. Gotcha. I don't have the image, so let me get the image. So the image I'm thinking of using is, oh, I should probably not make this more complicated for myself, but why not? So the image I'm planning to use is Alpine. Wrong Alpine. Wrong Alpine, that one. So Alpine for. Hey, you heard the dogs? Oh no. I was hoping it wouldn't be audible with this mic. It used to be a lot louder with the other mic, which was just my earphones. First generation Pi is including blah 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 blah. Okay. So Pi 3 to 5 is Arch 64. Why are there two of them? Okay, one is gzip, one is star, and one is image. Cool. So I get the image one, right? Yeah, I get the image one. That is downloading. Oh, there's also ones for Zen. Interesting. There's also one for virtual. Very cool. But I'm not going to use any of them. I'm going to use this one because I wish to make my life more complicated. Isn't that the most interesting part? Man virt install. Provision new virtual machines. Virt install and options. Virt install is a command line tool for creating new KVM, Zen, or Linux container guests using the libvirt hypervisor management library. See example section at the end to document to get started quickly. Supports graphical tools, for example, VNC or Vice, as well as text mode interfaces over serial console. The guest can be configured to use one or more virtual disk, network interfaces, audio devices, physical USB or PCI devices, among others. Cool. So, okay, what? No, this is my laptop. This is my laptop, but that's the thing about virtual machines. So I'm trying to create a virtual machine that pretends to be not a Raspberry Pi, just have the architecture of a Raspberry Pi, and then I dump, the Raspberry Pi operating system on it that I can test stuff out. That's a plan, at least. Let's see how it goes. Hmm. So now I actually want to check what devices I have. I'm gonna have to turn my screen off for a second. IP address. So I have Wi-Fi, loopback, and tailscale. So I need to create a new image. I mean, a new network. Okay, I need a new network. What are you trying? I also have no idea what I'm doing, so it's fine if you're lost. I'm just as lost as you are. Okay, so I do need another network because otherwise I have absolutely no network capabilities. But I think it can wait. I think it's fine, even if I don't have it. So we're gonna do let's see, Alpine. So I can unzip Alpine. Now I have the image. Oh, deleted the original. Oops. Okay. So what do I need to do? Oh, my prompt is pretty simple, huh? So I do export prompt is equal to Cool. So now I need to do. Okay, I'm gonna do. Do I have just installed already? Command V. Just I do. Okay, I'm gonna do a just file. Okay, we create a just file, and I'm gonna do. I don't know. Create. Oh, how do I create a virtual machine? I do virt install, and then I need cd-rom is equal to that. What else do I need? Do a name. What do I call this? I'm just gonna call it rpy. Okay, memory. This deprecates the RAM options. Sub options are available. Memory, current memory, max memory. Okay. Okay, let's see. Name, description, OS type, OS variant, RAM, vCPUs, disk. Okay. Libvirt images. What is the bus on this? Disk. Specifies media to use as storage for the guest with various options. General format of a disk string is opt1 is equal to val1, opt2 is equal to val2. Simplest invocation to create a new 10 gigabyte disk image and associated disk device. We'll generate a path name and place it in the default image location for the hypervisor. To specify media, you can do that. And explicit ones are path. Okay, you can use storage pools. Requires specifying a size value. I actually wanted to use a pool. Why not? Why is it not possible to just use a pool? But pools are cool. Hey, that rhymed. I thought pools were cool, but for some reason this one doesn't use a pool. And for bus, I can use virt io or zen or z. Yeah. Variable cache driver.discard driver.name driver.type driver.io. Okay, so I have cd-rom. I have name, description. I'm just gonna do ha 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 ha, and we're gonna do a disk. Should I just put it over here? Disk dot image, and I think I'd set the size though. So size is gonna be something like I don't know, 1 gigabyte. One is enough. Maybe I'll also set this. What is it called? Bus is equal to virtual IO. I think that's the most basic. I think that's all I need. Create. Word install, name, description, disk, and CD-ROM. Graphics is none, which is fine. I'm gonna try skipping OS type and OS variant. I might need to specify RAM and vCPUs, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Doesn't say anything as required. So I'm just gonna leave this as it is for now. And so you just run that command, then you do versh list all, versh list all. There's nothing. Cool. So if I did just create, create failed. Why did it fail? Okay, cool. So which are the ones that are required? OS info or OS variant is required. This is now a fatal error. Specifying an OS name is required for modern, performant, and secure virtual machine defaults. If you expected virt install to detect an OS from the install media, you can set a fallback OS with OS info detect on name is equal to OS info. You can see a full list of possible OS. Okay. If your Linux distro is not. Okay, cool. We go through this one by one. Okay. You know what? Maybe I should check this in. And I'm just gonna do a little git ignore. And we're gonna ignore all images and all disks. I think I'll start calling these disks. Oops. No, I call this disk.image. Okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna call this rpi.disk. That should be fine, right? Yeah. So what it needed was OS info. OS info, I can set it to detect is equal to on and name is equal to, I don't know what's it called, Alpine Linux. We can check, right? So it's virt install OS info list. Oh, there it is, Alpine Linux. Alpine Linux 3.21, I think. That's what I got. 3.23. Okay. Alpine Linux 3.23. Why did I get 3.23? Anyway. Okay. So the thing is, I actually wanted to do git stage YOLO. And then we do this over here. Okay. So now I can run my just again. So what happened this time? Unknown OS name. Okay, so what do I do? The problem is I'm using a newer image, but that's not here yet. So it's not supported. So do I get an older image? Do I just not worry about it? What do I do? I could have just done this. Okay. Close this. Control VC. Man, but install. Okay, so what I need is OS info. Most options are not required. If a suitable OS value is specified or detected, all default values will be filled and reported in the terminal output. Otherwise, minimum required options are memory, guest storage, and an install method choice. What is that? Method. Wow. Okay. So, okay, let's say I'm not using OS info. Let's say I'm doing memory as 1024 is probably enough. And install method choice. Install. Tell what install there isn't actually an install happening. You just want to create the VM import is just an alias for this as is specifying boot without any other install options. The deprecated live option is the same as CD-ROM, ISO, install, no install. Yes. Cool. So that's what I want to do. We're doing memory and then we're doing install, no install is yes. Hmm. Okay, so I still need OS info even if okay, so I'm just gonna do, oh, if your Linux distro is not installed and is not listed, try one of the generic listed values 2024, 2020, 2020. Or I could just do OS variant. OS info, OS variant. You're gonna sleep? I have to use. Alright, bye bye. Night. So according to this, I still need OS info. So Okay, that worked. Oops. Well, there is no installation, so I don't know what's doing. Okay, let's try doing verse list all. Oops. Okay, so I have a virtual machine running. That's good. Okay, let's see what the guide says. You can edit the grub menu with console TDY to display the console for your screen on your SSH window. You can edit the grub menu. Okay, I think I get what this is. Although it says grub menu, what they mean is kernel parameters, which is why it's yeah. Add the following and etc. grub config and then reboot the VM. So console is equal to TTY0, console is equal to TTYS, and a baud rate. I don't really understand how that works. Um, can't I just do screen? How does this work? Okay, let's try doing verse console rpi. There's nothing at all. And I am stuck. Oh, okay. I can do verse shutdown rpi. Okay. It is not shutting it down, but let's see. Wait, kernel parameters console. Kernel parameters console. Still not down? As well as text mode installs over serial console, the guest can be configured to use one or more virtual disks, blah blah blah. Okay, more console. Generate a new root password. Generate a new root password for the VM and use. I'm getting a lot of spam these days. Okay, generate a new root password for the VM and use word install will print the generated password to the console and pause for 10 seconds to give the user a chance to notice it and copy. Not really what I wanted. Next. Boot. Have a guest permanently boot off a local with the specified kernel operations. Sorry, kernel options. Sorry. Didn't read that. Okay. Boot kernel is equal to kernel, initRE is equal to initRE, kernel logs is equal to console is equal to dev TYS0. Makes sense? Okay. No graphical console will be allocated for the guest. Guests will likely need to have a text console configured on the first serial port in the guest. This can be done via the extra args option. So extra args is just additional kernel command line arguments to pass the installer when performing. One common is Anaconda Kickstarter for automated installs, such as okay. So I could do extra that hyphen, yeah, it's hyphen extra args console is equal to doesn't say much. Okay. Console is equal to TTY0. Console is equal to what was the other one? Console is equal to TTYS0. You know what? I'm just gonna do console is equal to TTY0. And then let's try again. It's still running? Why is it still running? Okay, what can I do other than shut down, reboot, start? Can I try doing stop? No. Kill. Immediately terminate the domain. Cool. So let's do destroy. Versh destroy arpi. If I did something like delete, not hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna try running this again. Let's do just. Let's see what happens. Create failed. Kernel logs are only supported with location or kernel installs. But I'm not installing at all, so I don't know how it's supposed to do anything. Man virt install. Okay. Device used for booting is the first device specified via disk or file system. Well, that's a problem. Okay, you know what? Let's do disk over here. Then instead of install, we're gonna do import. Yeah, so I need to get rid of the older guest. How do I do that? Undefine. Versh undefine arpi. Versh list all. Cool. Just. Hmm. Kind of complicated. I have no idea what's happening here. Maybe I should just do graphical installs. So it's a little bit easier for me. Oh, it's still running. What is it called? Destroy. Cool. We're also do destroy, which is gonna be versh destroy. I'm gonna do name is equal to r pi. Interesting. Booting from hard disk. That doesn't seem like the right. Oh no, that seems completely wrong. It says booting from hard disk, but it's not booting anything. This is probably because Alpine's installation is a little more complicated. So I'm just going to close this, close all sessions. Okay. Quit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download an older version, one that's supported. So what was it? List. So I'm going to get Alpine 3.21. 3.21, 3.21 releases R64. And then we get the RPi image. RPi. Oh, wait a second. I didn't choose the architecture. Completely forgot about that. Man virt install architecture. Request a non-native architecture. If omitted, the host CPU architecture will be used in the guest, which will obviously not work. So, okay, let's do some stuff first. Yeah, stage that, stage that, stage that. Stage all of that. So I'm going to do arch. I don't know what architectures are possible. There, nothing. Okay, let's do AR64. Then we're going to do import. We're going to do, okay, I'm going to get the 3.24.5 arch. This one. Oh, no, that's still this Shasam. Okay, so it's this one. So we're going to do OS info Alpine 3.21. I need to destroy first. What happened? Oh, what was it called? Alpine Linux 3.21. Host does not support any virtualization options for architecture ER 3. Okay. Which is why you need it's user static. Already installed? Why isn't it working? Okay, so okay. Let's not complicate it too much. Let's just do ARM 64. Where's ARM 64? Okay, there it is. ARM 64 3.21 standard. There's an ISO. Cool. Let's get the ISO. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is good enough, I think. It's booting. Lovely. And it's okay. So the login. I don't know what the login is. Default login. Oh, root with no password. Okay. Nice. Got it. So I did virt install. And now I have a virtual image. So I can do virsh list all. Okay. Okay. Simple enough. I have a virtual machine running. Git init, git commit. Okay, git add. Oh wait, I have ISOs. And then gotta git Okay. So I have a virtual machine that is working with a simple configuration that I created using. But I just did a virt install. Okay, virt install, name, description, ha 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 ha, OS info, memory, import, and disk. Got it. And I can close this. I used virt viewer, so it automatically gave me this. Running graphical console command virt viewer connect QEMU session wait for Alpine. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. So now I want to try without graphics. Graphics man virt. You know what? Let's not do that. I'm going to undo this. We're going to do edit verse edit name. Just edit. What happens? Okay, it gives me a temp file. Type kvm alpine uuid description. Okay. Okay. One vCPU static boot device is HD. Okay, I'm not completely sure what happened there. Hmm. User bin QEMU system. Is that why it didn't work? Hmm. Yeah, there is a serial port. Yeah, that doesn't really say much. What am I supposed to do here? I can do shutdown to reboot. You can do reboot. You can do start again. And there's virt top. I don't have a top. Cool. So I can do shutdown. I don't think I have anything running. Do I have something running? Alpine. It wasn't even running, was it? It was running, but it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not dying. Okay. So now what I want to try doing is verse shutdown Alpine. It says it's being shut down, but here there's nothing happening at all. The shutdown doesn't work. That works. Shutdown doesn't. Okay. That is all fine. And then there's another one by this series. Okay, so first steps with libvirt. Before anything else, you should know that libvirt and virsh not only allow you to manage VMs running on your own system, but you can control VMs running on remote systems or clusters, blah, blah, blah. You need to specify some sort of URI to tell libvirt which sets of virtual machines you want to control. For example, let's say you want to control a Zen virtual machine running on a remote server called my server. When using virsh, you can refer to the VM by providing a URI like Zen plus SSH root at myserver.com, indicating that you want to use SSH to connect as root to the server myserver.com and control Zen virtual machines running there. With KMU and KVM, which is what I used, there are two URIs you need to be aware of. Hold on. Yeah, okay, this is the one that I was reading, right? If you like hacking a few virtual machines, blah, 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 don't worry. One or another. This was what I was doing. Until I ran into the limitations of CH roots, you can't simulate networking, can't run processes on AT, can't run different kernels or OSS, and don't blah, blah, blah. And different VMs, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is one that I wanted to read. Cool. Install the needed tools. libvirt bin and virt install. You should get a libvirt binary running on your machine. I think I have it. It's probably running. It is running, right? It's not running. Okay. I have no idea what I was doing until now then. No, that wasn't the problem. Cool. Okay, first step with libvirt before anything else, you need to know that blah blah blah. QEMU XXX system to indicate all the system VMs running on server XXX. Session belong to the user that is running the virsh command. Okay. Gotcha. Hmm. So I don't want to work with the system VM, so I'm not gonna create a group now or add myself to it. Okay. Okay, I get some parts of this. Pool define as devil, their target. Opt KVM's pools devil. This creates a pool called devil in the directory opt KVM's pools devil. I can see this pool with verse C. Okay. So you create a pool start, and then you do vol list and it's still empty. Then you'll have to do vol create. Or you can just do disk pool devil. Okay. Now that we have a network running for our VMs, we need to worry about storage. There are different ways to get some disk space ranging from dedicated partitions or LVM volumes to simple files. Main idea is to create a pool from which you can draw space from and create volumes equivalent to disk. If you're familiar with LVMs, they should not sound very original. On my system, I dedicated directories to storing images and volumes. Uh, okay, interesting. So I do have some things going. There's probably a lot more to do, but for now I'm gonna stop. Sleepy. Oh, that is it for today. Bye bye.